once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with TTK Global. I'm joined by Regis Prograis. Have I pronounced your name correctly?
You got it right.
Prograis.
It's crazy because guess what? A lot of Americans, they get it wrong. They say progress and progress and all kinds of stuff. But you Prograis.
I nailed it, as they say.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing perfect, man. Real good. Glad to be here.
This fight is finally on. There was kind of a lot of speculation that this fight wouldn't take place. I know there's probably some stuff that you can't speak about, but what can you tell us about some issues that might have made this fight difficult to happen?
I mean, I think with WBS says, I don't know how they how other people's contracts was sorted out, but in mine, it was some things that was just had to get tweaked out a little bit. And for me, it was always going to happen. It was just about when it was going to happen. I never thought it was not going to happen. I always thought that the fight was still going to happen. This is the only fight that I want right now in my career anyway, you know. Even going back to the last fight with Career Relic, you know, they were saying maybe it's not gonna happen and all this stuff. I was like, I want to fight this fight. You know, I want to fight. I want to be a world champion. The same thing with this fight. You know, I want to fight Josh Taylor. That's the only person that I want to fight right now in my career because so much is on the line. You know, you got the Ali Trophy, the ring belt, and my belt and his belt is all on the line. So it's no way that I didn't want this fight to happen. You know, so it was never a case of you know, if the fight was gonna happen. It was all, for me, it was all about when it was gonna happen. You know, if you look at the WBSS track record, all the fights happen.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what, if they had all kinds of issues, they always got, you know, resorted out, and they always, you know, got handled, and you know, and they all happened. So that was the same thing for me. It was just about when. It wasn't about if, it was about when.
So you have obviously a team that were kind of dealing with whatever was going on. So as far as you were concerned, it was always going to happen, and they were going to sort out whatever issues they had, which has been now, and the fight's on, and everything else is irrelevant. Exactly.
Yeah. For me, yeah. I like I said, I was, you know, I was in training. You know, I was, you know, sparring and all that stuff. My whole thing was Josh Taylor. That was it. My whole mind was Josh Taylor, Josh Taylor, Josh Taylor. I figured I was gonna fight him. You know, I know people saw like the whole Adrian Broner thing, you know, because I responded to him, but it wasn't like I didn't want to, you know, not fight Josh Taylor to go fight Adrian Broner. No, I want to fight Josh Taylor. You know, Adrian Broner said something about me, so of course I had to respond back to him. I'm never gonna let nobody just say something about me. So, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to skip out on Josh Taylor to go fight Adrian Broner. No, my thing is Josh Taylor. That's the only person I want to fight right now in my career.
I saw some quotes that I assume came from you about some people from Scotland kind of referring to the fact that you possibly may be ducking Josh Taylor, you kind of I kind of went
up. I kind of got a little mad. You know why? It's because and I want to clarify that, you know, if I like hurt anybody's feelings from Scotland, it wasn't about the Scottish fans and stuff, because actually somebody wrote me on Instagram, a Scottish fan was like, yeah, what was up? Like, you really, you know, disappointed. I was like, I'm sorry if I offended you. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean nothing against like the Scottish fans. It was because I was just angry because people saying I was like, people was writing me and saying all kinds of stuff like I'm ducking them, and I was like, what? And I couldn't say nothing because of like the litigation, you know, it was going through lawyers and all that stuff, so I couldn't respond to anything about it, you know, what I was seeing, all that stuff. But like I said, I apologize to like any fans that felt like I was talking specifically about them. You know, it probably was like 3 or 4 people that like wrote me, you know, in saying all kinds of stuff, you know, I shit my pants, I'm a pussy, I'm a bitch, and all that type of stuff. You know, they were saying that, so I was just, and I couldn't say nothing back. I just had to look at it, and it was like, all right, whatever. And so then, you know, finally it got resolved, and that's kind of, you know, I just kind of let it all out. But nah, it wasn't nothing against no Scottish people or nothing like that. It was just like those people. That's it.
I think that's what we call banter here in the UK, Scotland, wherever. But they're very passionate, so they love boxing and kind of, it's no harm done.
Yeah, there's no harm done. You know what, like when I went to his fight, I went to Josh Taylor fight in Scotland, and when they put me on the screen, they was booing me and stuff, and then I got out and they all want to take pictures with me. They was like, okay, let's take a picture and all this stuff. I actually, when we went back to the hotel room and we was at the elevators, and one of the dudes was like, come on, let's go to the club, and he introduced me to his wife and let's go out. He wanted to take me out all around the town. He was like, he told me, he was like, yeah, when you got on the screen, I actually booed you, but it's just how it is, you know. So you kind of just, you get used to that type of stuff. Same thing when I went to Fresno with Jose Ramirez, his fans. They was like, you know, saying all kinds of stuff online, and then when I got in front of them, they all just wanted to take pictures with me and be around me. So, you know, that's just how it is. It's boxing.
When this tournament was kind of announced with the fighters in it, kind of, we knew your path to get to the final was never going to be easy. Had Terry Flanagan, and then after that, Kirill Rillick, and now Josh Taylor. So you wouldn't have done this the easy way at all.
Nah, like I said, you know, that was why I chose, you know, for me, that's why I chose, you know, Flanagan first. You know, I had the choice because I was the first seed, so I had a choice to choose Ryan Martin or Terry Flanagan. For me, I was just like, I want to choose Terry Flanagan because he was the best possible opponent. For me, it's not just about just fighting and winning, it's about fighting the best out there. And so that's kind of why I joined the tournament, and that's why I want this fight. That's why, you know, it's no other fight in my career, no other fight at 140 right now than Josh Taylor.
How do you rate Josh Taylor? Sorry, Regis. How do you rate him?
I feel like he's the best out there. Besides myself, I do feel like he's number two. You know, it's number one and number two fighting each other. And I feel like he's you know, I don't see him beat me at all. I cannot see how he can possibly beat me, but he's a very, very good fighter.
How do you feel about this fight happening in London on a huge pay-per-view show as well here in the UK on the 26th of October at the O2, which is probably the best venue in the UK. Countless fights. We saw Lomachenko obviously there recently as well. But how do you feel about coming over to the UK, London especially?
It's a dream. It's really a dream come true. You know, like the UK fans, you know, I'm not just saying it because you're in front of me, but the UK fans is like really some of the best in the world. Like between like the UK and like Mexico, as far as boxing goes, like the fans are very passionate about it, you know. And so like for me, this is a dream come true, and I feel like, you know, coming out of this is like it'll really kind of make me like maybe like an international superstar in boxing, you know. So I just feel like, you know, maybe Josh Hill need to thank me with all this stuff that went on with the WBSS, because look what happened. Like, look what happened from me doing all the stuff that I did. Now look how big the fight grew. Look how now it's like a pay-per-view card over here just from that happening. So, you know, tell Josh Hill he should thank me.
Okay, will do. Somebody told me you keep losing your passport when you come to the UK. Is that true?
My passport?
Yeah.
No, I don't lose my passport. I don't lose my passport. Keep my passport. I did miss my flight, but I'm here. I made sure I came here.
You're here now. The rest is history.
Yeah, I'm here, but yeah, it was a long way to get here.
Just a quick prediction. Do you believe you'll stop Josh Taylor?
I don't know. I'm not, you know, we're fighting for the Ali Trophy, but I'm not Ali. I can't predict it, but I just can't see him beating me. I really, not trying to be cocky or nothing like that, but I just can't not see him beat me. I know he got hurt by a few opponents, and that's not on my level to where if I hit him with those same shots, it might be an early night, or we don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Not long to find out. It's an absolutely brilliant fight on a great card as well. So appreciate your time, Regis, and hopefully we'll catch up with you ahead of October 26th live on Sky Sports here in the UK and the Zone as well. So best of luck in camp.
Oh, man, thank you.
Top man.
Once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.